All right, here is the backyard garden. March, what's today? 27th, 2021. Things are looking good for the most part. There's a couple things that are struggling, but pretty much everything is popping up and looking green and looking healthy. My soil isn't as great as I thought it would be. It's a little sandy. I don't think there's as much nutrients. We'll start with the tomato bed. The tomatoes are looking great. We've got our Cherokee Purple up here. They're starting to put on their first set of flowers. You can see those in there. First set of flowers back there. Now I'm not sure if I want to take off that first set of flowers or not to help them grow better roots. I'm not sure. I've done that on a couple of them, but not all of them. We've got some chives here. I've always had a hard time growing chives. This is my first time with them being successful. This is the only basil plant, well, one of two, that's actually looking good. The rest are pretty stunted and sickly. There's some bush beans I planted to go underneath the tomatoes. There's some black krim. Look at those leaves coming out to the side. Those branches looking good. Another black krim. Look how thick those stalks are. Nice and strong, hardy. That's what I was telling you about the basil. The basil here that's a purple or opal basil. Just not doing very good. I sowed some seeds next to it. Some more basil. Got, what is this? Another Cherokee Purple. Man, that's just hefty. It's looking good. Go over here to Abe Lincoln. The leaves are a little more yellow on these Abe Lincoln and San Marzano. And yeah, these are a little stunted right here. Look compared. You have San Marzano right there and right there. That one's the most stunted. It was looking pretty bad. It's starting to look a little better. But then that's the one I don't know what it is. We'll see. I think it's Cherokee Purple or Black Krim. But it's the best looking of all of them. It's a little volunteer. Some more beans. Where is it? They're right there. That's some sweet alyssum. Little baby flowers. Same thing right here. Sweet alyssum. Should be like a little carpet of white and pink and purple. Little nasturtium flowers popping up. Those will be cute. Cute. Oh my gosh. Beans over here. More beans. More basil. Here's so I don't know what kind of like Thai basil or something, but here's some more. Just looking pretty weak. Yeah, here's the Genovese, whatever it's called. Don't know what that's called, but it's not looking very good either. Here's some Abe Lincoln, San Marzano. Look at this little guy. It's tiny compared to next door neighbor. Those are Sun Gold, those back three right there. They're looking really good. I mulched underneath, just like at the base of these plants. I didn't mulch out in the middle yet because I have some seeds I'm waiting to pop up. But here's some more. These are Sweet 100 Cherokee, or not Cherokee, cherry. Cherry. We've got some blossoms they're starting to put on so far. Looking good. Yeah, a little guy in the corner. I'm interested to see how these do sun-wise because so that way is north and so behind is south. So the sun's gonna go like this. And so I'm interested to see if this fence comes into play blocking out too much. It starts shading out a little after 4:30 or 5. But it gets sun early. Over here is peppers, some peppers. Got nasturtium there. These are bell peppers. They're looking, well, this one's looking a little better than that one. That one's looking a little yellow. But yeah, I haven't had success with bell peppers yet, so we'll see how they do. I'll probably top those after a little while. Some cayenne. There's 2 cayenne. And I just planted these red Marconis. They're still kind of small, not so giant yet. But yeah. And then thyme's looking good. And those, I sowed those a little later than these other peppers. They're not technically behind, they're just sowed later. I've got squash coming up. This is the Cocozelle squash right there and right there. Starting to put on that second set of leaves. Radishes, they popped up super quick, but then they kind of stopped. That one's looking all right. Where is it? That one's looking all right. And then I've got some okra right, where is it? Okra's right there. Only one of those popped up. I sowed 4. Only one popped up so far, so I put some more seed in the ground. We'll see how it does. Little zinnias. And this is yellow, I think early yellow squash. Another one right there. And then I've got some sunflowers right here. They're a little too close together. I'll probably have to thin them out. And then there's another, what is that right there? That's a patty pan squash. Yeah, I had another patty pan there, but I took it out and I planted an okra there. So we'll see how it does. And here at the bottom of this trellis, I'll let you see the trellis. There we go. Yeah. So on this side, I've got my slicing cucumbers. And on this side, I've got 2 little watermelons. Those are sugar babies. And then these are Armenian cucumbers. So we'll see how they do. They popped up and they're looking pretty healthy. These are starting to put on their second set of leaves. Little volunteer radish right there. Yeah, so these are Marketmore and Straight 8. Those are Straight 8. These are the Marketmore. When I grew them last year, I think I started growing them too late. And so they were pretty bitter. Those are, what is that? I think that's a Sweet Alyssum too. Those little flowers around it. Yeah, these are Armenian cucumbers. They're coming up pretty nice. They look a little different. I think they're technically melons. And then here's watermelon. See how sandy that soil is? I was not expecting it to get that sandy. I'm probably gonna have to add some blood meal or something to get some nutrients in there. I'm gonna definitely have to add compost. Here's some zinnias I kind of threw in there. Some kind of basil. See, they're all so small. They're not growing very quick. Over here, these are pickling cucumbers on this side and on this side of this front trellis. The homemade pickles is the variety. And I planted them 2 every square foot on this trellis. I think that's what the square foot garden says. Now these are Kentucky Wonder green pole beans. They popped up pretty nice. I planted them pretty close together, about every 2 inches or so. One didn't pop up there, or didn't do good. And then I've got, let's see, and then I've got these are the, I can't say it, it's an Italian name. Violetta something, it's a purple pole bean. It's supposed to look really pretty. Flowers are supposed to be purple too. But when you cook them, when you cook the purple beans, they turn green. But they popped up pretty nice. There's another sickly basil. I'm just hoping once it warms up a little bit more, they'll catch on. And I've got a row of cosmos flowers growing right there. That's some herbs I'm supposed to give my sister. But look, this is interesting. So this is banana pepper, and this is banana pepper. Planted at the same time. This one looks way, where is it? Ooh, that one's way healthier than that one. I don't know what that's all about. This one's kind of like bushing at the top. Let's see. Yeah. It's not really like stemming up like these are. Oh, there's one main stem. don't know what that's about. This one's got something on the leaves. I don't know if that's a disease or if that's like a pest or something. I don't know what that is. Doesn't look good though. These are my early jalapeno peppers. I've got 8 of them. And then a little cayenne still in the container I don't know what to do with. I don't need any more cayenne. But yeah, those are jalapeno. I'm excited about those. Then I've got, what's this, patty pan, sunflowers. And then, yet again, sickly basil. And then this is the original bed. It's I just made it by turning over the grass and poured a hodgepodge of different soils on it and compost, and that was last year. But it's looking mighty fine. These are, I guess you could characterize it as a hugelkultur. I did rotting logs and sticks on the bottom, filled it with leaves halfway, filling the gaps, and then I did the soil mixture, the garden veggie mix on top. So it settled a little bit, and I'm interested to see if it actually works like it said. All right, so here, Black-Seeded Simpson did really good, but there's aphids all over them. And they've killed off a couple of them so far. But I've got a succession. I've got some babies here that hopefully when these guys are done, I've been doing the cut and come again, just pulling off the leaves as I need them. They've been delicious. Here's a couple romaine. The aphids got the romaine first. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But these, I think it's called Anna spinach. I think they stay baby spinach a little longer. They've been great. Super good in salad, tender, nice. I've got them, I use them for omelets and stuff too. I've got some arugula right here, popped up nice. And a big old kale. Whew. I don't really know what else to do with kale other than sauteing it up, but I don't know. Some friends like it. Got some peas back here. I haven't had a bunch of success with peas. I've got one on the right that's it's growing a little faster. I originally planted them for shoots, so I'm not too worried about them putting on the beans. The shoots are delicious in salad. Here's some kind of red salad. It came in a mix, but I separated it out once it started coming up, and it's been really good. Have a little red instead of just a bunch of green in your salad. Some more nasturtium. It looks like it's getting shaded out by this carrot. Another little Black-Seeded Simpson. This is I think maybe the same kind of spinach was in that salad mix. These are my carrots. They're looking awesome. I pulled a couple and they're about 5 or 6 inches long. So I'm not really sure what the marker is of when to pull out carrots. But anyway, here's a bunch of onions, some parsley right there. Parsley, onions. This time I planted last year and it was like 2 or 3 sprigs forever. I didn't want to take anything from it because it just wasn't growing too fast, but man, it is taken off. It smells so good. It's probably one of my favorites. Yeah, those onions, the stalks are starting to thicken up. We'll see. I don't know if I planted them too deep for them to bulb well, but we'll see. Got some dill just starting to pop up. It's calendula flower back there. Might get too hot for them. That's my other basil. I think it's lemon basil. It's actually looking pretty good. And got some ginger right back there that the frost didn't kill off. Starting to sprout again. This is a Ford Hook giant chard. It's living up to its name. And these are some little baby chards underneath it. Right there. We'll see how they do. That guy's getting shaded out, but it's my only yellow one. So I'm hoping it grows up and does all right. No, look at that. That's weak right there. maybe let's bury that up, see what happens. Bury that up, maybe that'll root up or something, I don't know. Zinnias, I like zinnias. These donated bulbs are starting to put out more shoots or more leaves, so we'll see what they are. I don't know. More calendula. These are bigger up front here. Another, there yet again, sickly little basil. This is collard greens are looking better. They're starting to grow up. Big old parsley bush. That was from last year too, a holdover. Some more zinnias back here. We'll see how they do being shaded out by monster greens over here. Some beets. These are multi-sown beets and a weed. So I put like 3 or 4 seeds in each hole. Originally it was just for the greens, but I might let them grow up and bulb up. Is that what a beet is? A bulb, or root up, so I pickled them earlier and they were really delicious after a while. Once they sat in there and got sweet. Sickly basil, what is that? Let's see. It's kind of like light brown, got some white on it. Just does not look healthy. Same thing with this guy. I think that's holy basil, but it just does not look good. Oregano back there. More chives. I just sowed some more seeds in front of it yesterday, some more chive seeds. This nasturtium's looking better. Getting big. Cilantro back there. The original rosemary bush. This is how I started the garden. And my sage is in bloom, just like the song. Let me see if it smells like perfume. Well, right now it just smells like rosemary because my hands were in rosemary. But I think I smelled a little bit of it. It's delicious. There's some cool looking flowers. Echinacea back here, doing all right. These tomatoes I put in here just because I had extra. They don't look very hot. Kind of turning yellow. Sick. This is pretty dense clay soil underneath this bed, which is pretty shallow, so I don't expect they'll do very well. That's another cocozelle and nasturtium. I like nasturtium. I'm excited for them to start budding up and flowering. That's another giant Marconi I put in there because I just had an extra spot. Got some. These are what are they called? Burgundy okra. One there, one back there, and then where's the other one? Right there. Right there. I just planted some more sunflowers back there. I think that's a volunteer sunflower. Some more zinnias. Zinnia. And then mint. I keep forgetting to water this, but it's doing all right. Yeah, it smells delicious. All right. So there's a garden update. March 27th. Almost 20 minutes in.